And I'm Leo. Welcome back for day 7 of our yoga challenge. Get up and go.
Yes, and if you haven't joined us so far, then join in today. This program is for complete beginners. So roll out your mat and let's get up and go. We're going to start with our...
When we say get up and go, that doesn't mean get up and go. It means get up and get going.
Yeah, absolutely.
With us. Stay here.
Okay, so our first pose is a kneeling position, Adho Mukha Virasana. So as you can see here, Leo's preparing her practice, lifting from the abdomen, and now she's going to extend forward. So if you're on your mat and you just want to listen to the sequence, then see that you reach forward with your arms, but at the same time you reach back with the abdomen. The abdomen draws towards the spine and the buttock bones move towards the heels. So be there for a few moments and just monitor your breath, observe your breath, be aware of what's going on inside the body. Soft inhalation and soft exhalation. So from here, we're going to come into Adho Mukha Svanasana. So those of you who've been with us for a few days, you'll understand this. We start many of our routines and sequences in this way. So tucking your toes under and come up into Adho Mukha Svanasana. So lifting your abdomen so much and pushing down into the root of the pose. So you have to ground and extend with the palms. So the middle finger is facing forward. From that action, locking your elbows and pulling up through your upper arms. Opening through the side waist, so here it's got to go in an upward direction. Back of the pelvis, moving towards the buttock bones and lift. At this stage, it's really important to get the height and then reach those thighs back. We're going to come from here into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. So some of you, if you haven't joined us so far, this may not be familiar to you. So just have a look at the screen, look forward, and then come forward, controlled. See that the tailbone lengthens towards the back thighs. Extend into the back heels and push down into the palms. And as you push down into those palms, you've got to lift through your side waist, lift the sternum chest and broaden across those collarbones and look forward, breathe. So if you do find that there's a little bit of compression in the lower back, you have to lift more from the front body. You can also use a couple of yoga bricks underneath your hands to bring the floor level up, and this will help ease that action. Okay, coming into Adho Mukha Svanasana, dog head down, pushing back, and feel the energy moving all the way back into the legs, all the way back into the thighs, broadening and feeding the back of these thighs here. And now looking forward, coming for Uttanasana. So we know this action already. If you've joined us, it is a forward bending action. Jump or step the legs towards the hands and be in this position. You can see here, Leo's just preparing her body for her Uttanasana. Some of you will find this really challenging. And again, you can put your hands on a couple of yoga bricks. There's imaginary ones here for Leo. Or to your shins, or even to the thighs. Also, if you can feel that your spine isn't getting the extension, you can reach, in this shape, you can reach your hands to a chair. This would also work quite well. And there's an imaginary chair right in front of Leo there. All right. If you can do this well, and you've got quite a lot of flexibility, then make sure these legs are perpendicular and moving up. They're going up. And then taking the hands back gradually. So this is a harder action for complete beginners to do. You're not used to it. Yes, and keep on lifting through the abdomen, pushing back into your back thighs, looking forward, chest forward. Okay, now pull up those knees when you come up into a standing position. So put your hands onto your hips. Look forward and take a breath in and come up. Good. Okay. So, just take a few breaths. Once you come up, don't rush into the center of the mat for the next pose. You just settle the breath, roll your shoulders back and down, and keep that chest really nicely open. This is a really good way in Tadasana to feel the senses within the body, the breath, the alignment. Be sure that the thighs are moving back. Be sure that the weight's into the back of the foot. And then lift up through the front body. Our next pose is Virabhadrasana 1. So you just stand in the centre of your mat. So for this action, we have to come into one of the forward-facing standing poses. So taking your fingers to your chest and jumping legs by side. Extending into your fingers. Good. Now at this stage, we're going to take the arms up. So when you turn these arms, you need to rotate here. Yes, right at the top of the arm so that the ball and socket joint get that rotation. And then taking the arms up. When you pivot the foot, so you're going to go to your right, you're going to lift the foot and pivot it until it can go as far as you can. And then this hip needs to come round, so you have to lift this heel and just turn a little bit so it encourages this action. You won't always have to do this, but once you get a little bit more pliable in those ankles, then you can get that full range of movement. Turn the whole of the front foot and leg. So the hips, you're aiming to turn. Keep and reach the action into the back foot. Now, if you find at this stage that your groins are really tight and that back heel is lifted, then you just get maybe a folded blanket if you haven't got a foam block, a yoga foam block, and you just place underneath like that. Okay, nice deep breath in and bend your front leg. Coming to a square, be there. As you're in this position, you have to see that you push and reach into your back foot so strongly. This will help to stabilise the action. Let the angle come gradually. So with your front leg, just let the buttock bone reach down, let it release, and lift your sternum chest. Open your palms. Soft inhalation, soft exhalation. Take a nice breath in to come up out of the pose. Now keep your arms up if you can. If it's a challenge, then of course you can take your arms down, turning the feet. So we come to the other side, you keep the arms up nicely and turning now your right foot in, whole of your left foot and leg out. And again, remember what I said about the back heel. If it starts to lift, then you need to have a little bit of support so you know direction, you know where the back of the heel is going, so you can encourage the length of the sole of the foot. So keep the chest lifted and bend in your front leg. Keep the levelness of the hips. So again, you've got to see that you soften the centre buttock and move round, soften the upper buttocks and move round, soften the inner thigh, move round. So you are encouraging this turning action throughout the body. Lift the sternum chest, and as I said before, you see that you make that angle gradually. Let that front buttock move down strongly. Yes. Chest up. Take a nice deep inhalation and come out of the pose. Push into your back leg. Turn the feet to face forward. And then bringing the legs together and releasing the arms down. Good. And standing Tadasana. So when we open the body through the standing poses, after each pose, at this stage in your practice, it's really good to just take a few moments in Tadasana, your mountain pose. This is when we digest some of the changes that are going on in the body. So feel that opening in your chest and be sure that you're working on a really good, solid base. Keep the weight back into the heel bone so you can feel that steadiness coming at the base of the pose. We're going to come now for some floor work, and the pose we're going to be working on is Salabhasana. It's a really good action to energize the back muscles. So when you come into this action, you start in a prone pose like this. And you can see that Leo's doing a little bit of fiddling about with the body here. And this is what we often do, just to make sure that the skin fibre and the soft tissue fibre is really nice and long. It's not getting caught underneath the thighs or anything like that. So So you need to reach your arms forward just to start with, so that you get the full range of movement throughout the body, right into the fingertips, right the way through towards the feet, and be in that action. When you come for the pose, the arms change direction. So the arms will come down beside you. You have to see that you also lengthen the back of the pelvis and the tailbone. You have to draw the abdomen towards the spine and lengthen the sternum chest forward. And look up, so those collarbones are lifting nicely. So you're going to bring, at this moment, take a breath in, you're going to bring the legs and the chest off the floor. Yes. And just count for 5, if you can make it for 5. And then releasing down. So with Salabhasana, you can do this 2 or 3 times. As you can see for Leo here, she's just resting her forehead onto her palms and just being there for a few moments. To finish with, we're coming into Adho Mukha Virasana. So reaching back onto your heels, how we started in the beginning of the sequence then. So as you come into this action, see that you're lengthening out the back again, and you're just counterbalancing and counterposing the back work from Salabhasana. As I said, in Salabhasana you can practice that 2 or 3 times. We are just showing you just quickly here in this small sequence. And just become more aware of the breath, the inhalation and the exhalation. And this is coming to the end of day 7 of our Get Up and Go. Coming to a seated position. Sit with your legs crossed. Lift up through the spine, open across the front chest. Take a few deeper inhalations. And you can sit and observe your breath for a little longer if you wish. But this is the end of our sequence. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you for joining us today. Please join us tomorrow. If you like the sequence, please click on the like button. It helps us. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, then please do so. And we will try and keep on putting videos up for you. Thank you.
Thank you.